Good evening, everyone. Be ready with your doubts. Okay, you can ask your doubts now. Level 1, which question number?
So question number 46.
Question number 46. Okay. So f of x plus ay, comma, x minus ay is equal to a times of xy. And you have to find value of fx, comma, y. Okay, so for such type of questions, we will try to replace these expressions by single alphabets. Replace these expressions by single alphabets means we will assume a x plus ay, let's say as u, and x minus ay as say v. So because of these substitutions, what will happen on the left hand side? The expression will become f u comma v, which looks similar to f of x comma y. Now what is left? Solving these two equations and getting values of x and y. That will be our answer. So to solve these two equations, we will add the two equations. X plus y is u plus v. Sorry. On adding, we will get 2x equals u plus v. So that means x is u plus v by 2. And now, if you want, you can put this value of x here, or instead of adding, first I added the two equations, now I will subtract. So if we subtract, now on the left hand side we will get 2ay and the right hand side we will get u minus v. So let us put a and y together. Why? Because this axy can be written as ay into x, right? So what is value of ay? Ay is u minus v by 2. And what is x? X is u plus v by 2. So f u comma v now comes out equal to u square minus v square by 4. And question is over. Because now we have changed the appearance of the question from here to here. The question has changed. Okay. Now it is in terms of u and v. And the expression is also different. So it doesn't matter whether I put a and b in place of u and v, or I put x and y in place of u and v. Now everything will change according to this rule. So if I put x and y on the LHS, it will become x square minus y square by 4 on the RHS. This is the explanation. B will be the answer. Yes. Any other question?
43.
33.
43.
43. Okay, question number 43. Okay, this is the standard function. Why? Because I wrote some standard results and it is one of those four results. Fx equals a to the power kx. I told you to learn all these results. And now f1 is 2 and just a to the power kx, or just leave it. Now f1 is 2, so put x equal to 1 here. If we will put x equal to 1 in the RHS, it will be a to the power k. But f1 is 2. So this implies a to the power k is 2. Now if we look at this expression a to the power kx, if we use exponents, it is actually a to the power k to the whole power x. And now we can put this value here. So the function, we have the function now. Function is 2 to the power x. So we have calculated the function. Now let us see what is the question. Question is sigma times k1 to n f of a plus k. F of a plus k. So that means if this is fx, so what is f of a plus k? F of a plus k means 2 to the power a plus k. Okay. Just put the values of k and you will get a GP actually. Put k equals 1. So this will be 2 to the power a plus 1. Then 2 to the power a plus 2. 2 to the power a plus 3. Sigma means addition and you have to put k till n. You should observe that this is GP. This is GP and you have to find the sum of GP. So the formula is first term into common ratio. So for common ratio, you will have to divide a successor by the predecessor and it will be 2 to the power 1, that is 2. This is the way to find common ratio. So formula is a into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1, sum of GP. In place of a, it is 2 to the power a plus 1 here. And formula is a into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. Number of terms are n. Why? Because k is varying from 1 to n. So how many values of k? That many will be the number of terms. So number of terms are n. So finally this becomes equal to 2 to the power a plus 1 into 2 to the power n minus 1. But actually they have given this sum from their side. They have already given that it is equal to 16 times of 2 to the power n minus 1. It is given in the question, this sigma. So question is over. You will just cancel this. 2 to the power a plus 1 is 16. A will be 3. They want you to find the value of a. That is 3 here. This is the question.
So 44.
This 44. Okay. In question number 44, you should understand, you should know what is the meaning of the notation and what is the value of the function. So you can tell what is the answer. Can you tell me what is Q? Q stands for? What is the meaning of this alphabet capital Q? Yes, anyone? What is the meaning of capital Q in set theory?
Rational numbers.
Yes. So actually question is very easy because you know what? If you will put x, any rational number here, if you will put any rational number in place of x, the answer of fx is 1. And if you do not put a rational number, that means you will be putting a rational number. Answer is -1. It is that easy. In the question, they want you to find the wrong statement. Now let us check one by one. A, f of root 2 is -1. This is correct. Why? Because root 2 is irrational, so its value will be -1. This is what is given in the question. Pi is irrational. So if we will put pi here, we will again get -1. This is also correct. E is irrational. I hope you know what is E. E is Napier's constant. It is an irrational number just like pi. It is non-terminating, non-repeating decimal 2.713 and so on. So it is a rational number. So value should be 1. So value should be -1. But here they have given 1. So this is wrong. And root 4 is not an irrational number. Root 4 is a rational number. Its value is 2. And f of 2 will be 1 from the first part of the function. Fx equals 1 when x is rational number. So this statement is wrong. So it will be our answer. Why? Because in the question they are asking which statement is wrong. C will be our answer. This was question number 44. Yes. Any other doubt in this level?
47.
47.
47. Okay, yes. Question number 47. Fx is cos of log x. And they want you to simplify this expression f of xy plus f of x by y upon fx into fy. See, whatever you put here, the same appears here. This is the basic understanding of the function. So if fx is cos of log x, that means f of xy is actually cos of log xy. F of x by y from this expression means cos of log of x by y. In the denominator, it is cos log x and fy will be actually cos of log y. So because of that, log xy means use trigonometry. Sorry, properties of log. Log m into n is log m plus log n. In the next term, it will be log x minus log y because log m by n is log m minus log n. And here it is this. Now, if you want, just for the sake of simplification, you can assume that in place of log x, we have capital A, and in place of log y, let us say it is capital B, then we'll put the value later on if required. So this will be cos A minus B. In the denominator, we have cos A cos B. Okay. Any one of you, can you tell me what you will get in the numerator? Do you remember this formula? Cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Any one of you. What is cos A plus B plus cos A minus B?
2 cos A cos B.
Yes, that's it. 2 cos A cos B. Remember this formula? Trigonometry. I was repeating some days before. Let's go through the formula. You have the answer 2. Because cos A cos B will cancel. So no need of putting A as log x and B as log y again. Simply 2 is the answer.
So question 43.
Which one?
43.
I just solved it. You were not there in the class.
So I joined just now.
Actually, I think it will be here. Just a moment. See, this is question number 43. Or you can watch it later on this recording because I have lot of
Okay.
time will be used. Please see to the explanation later on. Okay. Yes. Any other doubt?
Question 48.
Wait a minute. Okay. Now ask your doubt. Question number
48.
48. You will have to define it, and it is already given what is x. So you will have to open modulus according to it. X is from 0 to 1. So if x is from 0 to 1, that means the value inside the first modulus is positive. So it will open as such. But what about this value? If x is between 0 to 1, that means though it is a positive value, but it is less than 1. So if you will subtract 1 from it, it will be a negative value. And modulus gives us a positive value. So it will open with a negative sign. So overall the question was based on removing the modulus sign, but we can't remove it like that. We should know the nature of the term which is present inside it. So since it is given the question that x is from 0 to 1, so this is positive and this is negative. So that is why this will be open as such, and this one will open with a negative sign. Why? Because overall whenever modulus is removed, we get a positive value. So based on this, when we open the two modulus signs, we are getting 1 as the value. So A will be the answer.
So 51.
51. Question number 51. Fx is ax minus c upon cx minus a. And also fx is y only, and they have given also that fx is y, but we already know this. Based on this, you have to find value of fy. Okay. First of all, you know what is f? What is the meaning of fy? Meaning of fy is that either you can do one thing. You read this as y, okay? This whole expression. This whole expression is y. And you have to put y here. So that means you have to put this term here. Now what to do? Now read everything as x. This whole expression as x. Why? Because now you will put it here and solve it like this. So if this whole term which I have circled, if this is acting as x, so I will have to put it here and here also. So that means a times of this thing which is acting as x minus c upon c times of thing which is acting as x, or this expression minus a. This will be our answer. So first of all, what I did, I have to find fy. Y is this thing. So I put y as ax minus c upon cx minus a. Now I have to find value of this whole expression f of this. So I said this will be acting as x. So I will put it here in place of x and here also. And that exactly what I have done. Now I'm simplifying it. So in the numerator it will be a square x minus a times of c minus c times cx minus a. We are taking LCM here. Then it will be acx minus c square minus acx minus a square. Again LCM. And now we will cancel cx minus a. Okay. Now in the numerator it will be a square x minus ac minus c square x plus ac. And in the denominator it is acx minus c square minus acx minus a square. This will be cancelled. And just a minute. This is acx minus c square. See, please note here it will be plus a square. This thing, it will be plus a square. Why? Because minus a into minus of a will be plus. So this is plus, okay. And the denominator, this is getting cancelled. Now in the numerator we have a square x minus c square x. In the denominator we have a square minus c square. So x will be the answer because this will be cancelled. X is the answer. Okay, do you have any doubt in 17 to 22 periodic functions question based on periodic function? Question number 17 to question number 22. I gave you on the last one these questions, periodic function.
Question
have,
19.
which one? Nineteen or 18? 19th, all right. So in the question we have to find the period of the function. Question number 19. Function is sine pi x by 2 plus cos pi x by 2. Let us find the period of this function. How to find it? T by mod a. Remember, period of sine x is 2 pi. So I have to find period of sine pi x by 2. This will be t by mod a. And this value will come out to be 4. So its period is 4. Similarly, period of this function is 4. So their LCM of 4 comma 4 is 4. And you can see there is no value which is lesser than 4 because I told you some special case also, interchangeable this and that. However, that is not required here because the least value is 4 and that is our answer. Because just like sin x has period 2 pi, cos also has period 2 pi, and the number is also same pi by 2. So this will also have period pi. Now what is period of the whole function? It is LCM of t1 and t2. So 4 and 4. LCM is 4. That is the period of this whole function. Any other doubt from these questions 17 to 22? Okay, then level 2. Level 2, first 5 questions. Level 2, first 5 questions. Any doubt?
Question 2.
Question number 2, common domain. Common domain means find the domain of both and then take the intersection. That will be the common domain. Intersection, why? Because that will give us common values of x. What is domain of this? Its domain x plus 1 not equal to 0, x not equal to minus 1. Domain is r minus minus 1. What is domain of this? First of all, x should be positive. I am finding domain of gx. X should be positive or 0. 0 is okay. Why? Because though it is present in square root, but minus 1 is also there. So even if x becomes 0, still minus 1 will be there in the denominator. So no problem. However, x should not be equal to 1. Why? Because if x is 1, root 1 will be 1, 1 minus 1, it will make denominator 0. So what is the domain of the first part? Domain of the first part is r minus 1, r minus of minus 1. And what is the domain of this part? How can I write this thing? I can write it like this, 0 to infinity except 1. But actually I want those values of x which are common to both. So I think you should get the answer now. We want those values of x which are present in fx as well as gx. That is called common domain. Also you have the options also. So this thing is saying that I can only take non-negative values. Non-negative. Please note non-negative. And they are saying that it can take any value except minus 1. So even it can't take minus 1. Minus 1 was already not here. But they have only positive numbers. So if you go for the intersection, it will be this answer only, the second one. And if you want, then you can take the domain. How? Mark these numbers 0, minus 1, 0, and 1. Let me draw the domain of the first, all real number except minus 1. This is the domain of f. Now domain of g. Domain of g. All numbers starting with 0 except 1. Now the question is what is the intersection or the common domain? So it is nothing but the upper line only. Upper line only is the common domain or the intersection. So this will be the answer and that is present in B option. How to read it? X is such that x is greater than equal to 0, x not equal to 1. This is the answer. B. Do not get confused by this thing that x belongs to R. X belongs to R means x is a real number which is greater than equal to 0 and not equal to 1. This is the whole meaning of the B option. If they would have written simply x belongs to R, then the answer was wrong. Yes, any other doubt? See, ask questions only from the homework that I have given. There may be some questions which I have not given till now. Okay. So please keep that in mind. Now, till question number 13. Fourth one. Pre-image of minus 1 under f. What is the problem? R to R. F function is 10x. F function is 10. Pre-image of minus 1. You know what is the meaning? Question is simple. If minus 1 is here, if it is image of something, what is the pre-image? What is the pre-image? So question is, and domain is R. So if domain is R, What are those values of domain or x for which tan is minus 1? So this is pre-image, that is x, and minus 1 is image, that is y. So if we write y equal to minus y equals 10x, what is minus 1? It is image. What is x? It is pre-image. So this is actually trigonometric equation general solution. Tan of minus 1 can be written as tan of minus pi by 4, trigonometry. And then we can write it like this. Why? Because if tan theta barabar tan alpha, if tan theta equals tan alpha, theta is n pi minus pi by 4, and that is our answer here. Okay, this is the meaning of pre-image, image, domain, etc.
So question number 7.
Okay. Mod sin x plus mod cos x. Mod of sin x minus cos x. Actually, mod sin x has period pi. Mod cos x has period pi. Okay, both of them has period pi. Now about the denominator. Okay. See, I can solve this denominator. I'm not changing it. I'm just writing it in some other form. That is because of trigonometry. Multiply and divide by root 2. Keep root 2 here only. And 1 upon root 2, you can take it in the bracket. Create formula of sin a minus b. Sin a cos b. 1 by root 2 is cos pi by 4. Cos x sin pi by 4. So this is sin root 2 sin x minus pi by 4. Okay. So both of them are same actually. And now it is very easy to understand. That its period is also pi. Why? Because see, period of mod sin x is pi. So if I multiply something or I subtract something from x, doesn't matter because coefficient of x is 1. So its period is also pi. So first of all, you can basically say that LCM of all the three is pi only. It is like gx plus hx upon px. So ultimately we take the LCM of all. So LCM of 3 times pi. I mean LCM of pi, comma pi will be pi only. Okay, it's pi only. So period can be pi. But please note that there is mod and like mod cos x and everything like that. Okay. So pi is definitely present. P can be the option. But please check for a smaller value also. Okay. And that smaller value will be pi by 2 here. If pi by 2 is not the answer, then pi will be the answer. Okay, so now the difference is between A and B. How to check pi by 2? Put it in the given function. Fx is mod sin x. We are just checking for pi by 2. Because that special case that may create problem, rest everything is okay. So we are checking for pi by 2. Whether pi by 2 is the period or not. Actually numerator will come same. So everything is depending on denominator only. First you put the values, then you use trigonometry and do not make any mistake in that. So sin 90 plus x is cos x. Reduction formula and ASTC rule. So here it will be mod cos x. However, cos 90 plus theta is minus sin theta. So this is cos x and this is plus sin x. What exactly happens? Function is not coming same. I can get rid of this modulus minus sign, keeping modulus here only. Why? Because mod x and mod of minus x is same. But I cannot make the denominator same. How can I make it same denominator? This is not going to be same, right? So not equal to fx. That means pi by 2 is not the period. Pi will be the answer. B will be the answer. Yes, any other doubt? Till
So
30th.
the 12th one.
12th one. Okay. All right. Twice of fractional part of x sine pi x. 3 times of fractional part of x by 2 and cos 2 pi x. Period of the function. Its period is 1. Fractional part of x is there. 2 pi upon pi, period will be 2. Its period will be 4. Sorry, 2. Why? Because if fractional part has period 1. So what about this? Its period will be 2. Lastly, its period is 1. 2 pi by 2 pi. What is the LCM? 2 is the LCM. That will be the answer. LCM is 2, period is 2. See one important thing. One important thing. Some of you may be thinking it is an exponential function. How can it be periodic? Whenever you have doubt like this, why don't you put x plus 1 here and check yourself? If this thing comes out equal to fx, then it is periodic function. And it is. If someone asks, is it an exponential function or a fractional function? These two types of fractional part. Is it exponential function or fractional part function? What will be your answer? Any one of you. Is 2 to the power fractional part of x. Is it fractional part function or exponential function? Actually, answer is none. Neither it is perfectly exponential nor it is perfectly fractional. In fact, it is composite function. Last topic of the chapter. Composite. Combination of two. Okay. And composite function may be periodic. So do not think that it is coming 2 to the power, so it will not be periodic, nothing like that. Yes, any other question? Till question number 20.
So the 17th one.
Okay. Period of this. All right. Sine 3 pi fractional part of x. Okay, let me tell you something. If like you look at the options, see, observe the options carefully 1, 2, 3 and 5. So one thing is sure that it is a periodic function. Why? Because if like some values are given for the period of this function, so definitely it is a periodic function. There's no option like none of these, not defined, does not exist. So one thing is sure that it is going to be a periodic function. Now same thing. Is it trigonometric or fractional part? It is composite. It is trigonometric or greatest interior. It is composite. So it may be periodic. Now, one more thing. Use trigonometry and reduce the question to here only. Who can tell me what is the reason?
So 10 and pi is 0.
Yes, 10 and pi is 0. That is correct. So now you are left at this only. And the options are 1, 2, 3 and 5. Okay, tell me what will be your preference for the periodic for the period of this function? How you will proceed with pi, 3, 2 or 1? What will be your choice? Because you have,
1.
yes, 1. Why? Because period is not only positive, it is least value also. And out of these four, 1 is the least. So if you are not able to directly get the answer, do one thing. Change x by x plus 1. And you will come to know that it is the same value. Why? Because this is the property, integer is absorbed, this is fractional part of x only. So with this we come to fx only, that is the answer. Otherwise also it is quite obvious that 1 is the period. It is not going to make any effect on the whole function. Ultimately this is the 1. Okay. So 1 will be the value, that is the period of the function.
So question number 15.
15th, okay. Yeah, same type of question. 15th. You people might be finding it a little bit difficult to solve the questions based on periodic function, but it happens with everyone, so no problem. It will take some time, but gradually you will be able to solve all the questions. Period of the function fx equals mod of sine pi x plus e to the power 3 times x minus greatest integer. Okay, can anyone tell me the period of this function, the first one? Period of mod sine pi x is
1.
Yes, that's correct. Good. Because see, mod sine x is having period 1. This is standard result, and if some number is there, sorry, this is pi, right? Mod sine x has period pi, so mod of sine pi x will have period t by mod a, that is 1. This is the reason. And if you see the second part, it is nothing but e to the power 3 times fractional part of x. Its period is also 1, LCM is 1, answer is 1. X minus greatest integer, remember it is fractional part of x, and what I told you, it is composite function, so just concentrate on fractional part. Is it periodic? Yes. What is the period? 1, because nothing is present with x, and just 3 is outside the fractional part. It is not fractional part of 3x. Okay, it is 3 times of fractional part of x, that is different. So period will be pi only. Now LCM of both of these is 1, and that is the LCM. Now if someone asks, sir, is there a possibility that it is a special case type question? Not at all, because whatever you put, this cannot certainly change into sine. I mean sine to the power 4 and cos to the power 4. It is different thing, but exponential or such type of term changing into sine, this is next to impossible. Okay, so here there is no question of interchanging a special case or something like that.
So 14.
14, okay. Actually it is based on property of log. Fx is log of 1 plus x upon 1 minus x. You have to find value of fx1 plus fx2. Fx1 means this, fx2 is now add the two using property log m plus log n. Okay, multiply these two expressions. This will be 1 plus x1 plus x2 plus x1 x2. In the denominator, it will be x1 x2 minus x1 plus 1. Now this can be written, this can be rearranged it like this. Okay, I have rearranged it like this. And finally, please note the last step. I have divided numerator and denominator by 1 plus x1 x2. I have divided numerator and denominator by 1 plus x1 x2. There is a reason behind it, because now this is exactly comparable to this form. So it looks like in place of x I have put this expression, and that is our answer, f of x1 plus x2 upon 1 plus x1 x2. This is the answer. This is the way to do it. I hope it is clear. Yes. After this question,
So
till
question number 3,
yeah, please till question number
20.
which one?
20.
20th. Okay. So they have already given the period of this function, right? No, period of this 6 pi, right? So let us say this function is fx cos of sine nx 10x by n. It is a good question. Is the function and period is 6 pi, so what can be n? See, I want to ask one question. Let me see if anyone can give me the answer, and you please also note this result somewhere. This is of great use. Period of cos sin x. Can anyone tell me? This thing is how much?
The pi.
Yes. I think this was class example, right? I think I solved this question. So if this function cos sin x has period pi, therefore period of cos sin nx. Now you know what to write. If this whole thing has period pi, this will be having period pi by n. No need to put modulus. Why? Because n is natural number. It is given in the question that n is natural. Okay, so we have period of the denominator, sorry, numerator. Now next one is easy. Period of 10x is pi. So therefore period of 10x by pi, x by, it's not pi, it's n, sorry, it's n. The period of 10x by n will be, we divide the period of the base function by the coefficient of x. So it will be actually n pi. So we have the period of numerator as well as denominator, and the period will be the LCM of these two. Period is equal to LCM of period of this function is LCM of pi by n and n pi. And actually that is already given. Because if 6 pi is given, that means 6 pi would have been the LCM of these two numbers. Now the question is, what is n, or what can be n? From here you can even take help of the options, or you can use the common sense that n will be equal to 6 only. Why? Because if we put n is equal to 6, if we put n is equal to 6 and I want to check whether the LCM is 6 pi or not, so I will write it like this. And I think you remember that if like pi is present in both, it will be in LCM. Then for 1 and 6, we are actually taking LCM. So LCM of numerator upon HCF of denominator. So because of that 6 pi will come. Or you can simply put the options and check yourself when 6 pi will come. So the options are 3, 2, 6 and 1. Like see, if we check D option, for D option that is n equal to 1, both of them will become pi. LCM of pi comma pi will be pi not 6 pi. But we have to make the period 6 pi. So in that way we will proceed, and ultimately n will come out to be 6. Yes, now till 30.
Sir, 22.
Which one?
22.
22. Same question. Cos sin x. Cos sin x, just discussed, period is pi. Cos of cos x has also period pi. If you want to check whether the pi is the period or not, you can even find the period by the fundamental method. Fx plus t is equal to fx, put x equal to 0. Okay, like that also you will see that the period is pi. I can check it for you that pi is the period. Cos x plus 180, that is cos 180 plus x is minus cos x. But then again there is cos outside. So it will become cos x only. So it is a fx. That means fx plus pi is fx. So their LCM is pi, and pi is there in the option also, C option. But since cos and sine are coming, so there is a full possibility that they may interchange, and pi by 2 is also present. So I will check for pi by 2, and if it is not coming, then I will give the answer C. Now you may argue that sir, even much smaller values like 30 and 60 are also present. So we have to check them also. So then you should be, strong with your geometry, trigonometry. With 60 and 30, everybody knows sin x plus 30 degree will not change into cos. And so ultimately it will not come same. It will be wastage of time. So if possible, there is a chance of pi by 2. So let me replace x by x plus pi by 2. If this comes out to be fx, then pi by 2 will be the period. Otherwise, period will be pi, which we have already calculated by LCM. So I'm just checking, is it a case of special case or not? Yes. So in the first bracket, sin 90 plus x. Sin 90 plus x is cos x. And the second one, cos 90 plus x. Cos 90 plus x is actually minus sin x. However, there is cos outside and cos of minus theta is cos theta. So it will become cos sin x. What do you observe? What do you observe? It is coming same. It is a perfect example of interchanging in each other. Also, the overall function comes out to be same. So answer will be pi by 2 and not pi. So we have to take care of such type of interchangeable functions. Yes, till how many questions I gave you in from level 2? What was the last question number? Wait a minute, let me check myself. Okay, 24 to 29 and 32 to 34, these were the questions. So till 29, any doubt? In fact, till 34. I gave the questions till question number 34. Till 34, any doubt in level 2? Yes, any question? Level 2 till question number 34. Okay, who can tell me how to solve? What is the explanation for question number 28? Any one of you? Question number 28. Fx and gx. Two functions are given. Question is asked, the two functions are equal over the set and the options are. So what do you think is the answer? You have not solved this exercise then.
So B,
What is the reason? Actually, what you will do?
so because
Yes.
in the domain of sec x, we won't take the values where it will be undefined, like 2n plus 1 pi by 2.
Yes,
So we
definitely.
exclude the
We
domain.
exclude those values of x. And what about domain of fx? If we want to find the actual domain of fx, what it is? Actual domain. Sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2. What will be the domain?
All real.
All real. And in gx, the domain is r minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2. So if we take the common domain, which will be the smaller one only, that is r minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2. then both will have same domain. So that is okay. And now why will they be equal? Because sin square plus cos square is 1. So fx will be 1. And sec square minus tan square is also 1. So both will be same. Domain same, range same, graph same. Graph same. When both of them are having same domain. Actual domain of both functions are different. But if we take the intersection or the common domain, then it will be B option. So that was the explanation for this part. Okay, just solve this question. Solve this question level 3, question number 3. Level 3, question number 3. Solve this. See, this is the question. In question number 3, they have given that domain of fx is 0 to 1. Domain means this thing, x, because fx. So whatever you will put in f, it must lie between 0 to 1. This is given in the question. So now if you look at the other expression, f of e to the power x plus f of ln mod x, that means these two are acting as x. The whole expression, not expression, this term e to the power x, this is behaving as x. Ln mod x is behaving as x. And we have put these terms e to the power x and ln mod x in function f. So they must lie between 0 to 1. So now what will happen? Because of this, we will now find the x. Solve and find x. Same for this. And then you will use and, which means intersection. And from there you will get some interval of x, which will be domain of the new function, which is sum of these two. This is what you have to do in this question. So now if we have to solve this, actually now what to solve? We have to find x. Let me draw the graph. This is the graph of y equals e to the power x. At x0 we have y1. Okay, now listen carefully. Read this thing that e to the power x is between 0 to 1. And I have drawn the graph also. which is sufficient to tell that what is the interval of x. Combine these two things. E to the power x is greater than 0 and less than 1. This is the graph of e to the power x. From here, can you tell me what is the interval of x? The question is, what are the values of x for which e to the power x is greater than 0 and less than 1? Answer is there in the graph only. Because see this part, this red part. And let us make it open here. It is not actually open in the actual diagram. It is open because of this. E to the power x means it is like height or the range. So the height is from 0 to 1. But for what x? So for that you will have to move horizontally along x-axis, for which you will get this interval of e to the power x that is greater than 0 and less than 1, which is this red portion. So actually y is given and you are asked about x. So it will be minus infinity to 0. Why? What is x for this y? It is this portion, this one, this portion. When you have substituted these x, you are getting y, which is greater than 0 and less than 1. Now similarly, in the same way, you have to proceed in this. You will draw the graph of ln mod x and you will observe the height which is between 0 to 1, and for that you will find the x. And after that you will take the intersection of these two x. So ln mod x is very simple. First of all, I will draw y equals ln x. I told you the transformations. So this is the complete graph. Now this is graph of ln mod x. Mark the heights which are between 0 to 1. These are height 0 and height 1. In fact, it is height 1 is at for two values of x. That is obvious. Why? ln mod x 1, mod x is e, x is plus minus e. So this particular point is, for this height is 1, x is e. So e comma 1, height is 1, x will be minus e. Okay. And we have to only consider that portion which is between 0 to 1. So this height is 0, this height is 0, 0 to 1 height. Okay. And sorry, this I have wrongly mentioned. This will be minus 1. And this portion is also there. Okay. Why open ring? Not in the actual diagram of ln mod x. This ring is on the red portion. Why? Because we want the heights greater than 0 and less than 1. So for these heights, what are the values of x? That is obvious from the diagram. X belongs minus e to minus 1 union 1 to e. Because see, let us consider this right portion. What is the change in height from 0 to 1? This is what is given. And for that, what is change in x, or what are the values of x that you have put? They are from 1 to e, which is here. Similarly, in the second red portion, height is from 0 to 1. Because of that, what is change in x? It is minus e to minus 1. Please read from a lower to higher value. Do not use minus 1 to minus e. It is minus e to minus 1. Now finally, we will have to take their intersection, and which will be the final answer. So let us draw this. I think minus e to minus 1 will be the answer. That is C option. Why? Let us draw minus 1, minus e minus 1, 0, 1 e. This is the answer of the second one, and this is the answer of the first one. So what is the intersection? Minus e to minus 1, which is C option. That is the answer. See, if you are not doing these ATS or exercises properly, then there will be problem, because if you are not able to solve, or you are not seriously solving level 1 and 2, then solving higher level questions or J advanced questions will not be possible for you. Try these questions on a serious note.
Sir, can you solve 34 of level 2?
Level 2 question number
34.
34. Wait a minute. Okay, I think that I gave by mistake, because in question number 34 you have to find f o g x, right? This f o g x is actually composite function that we have not covered. 34 we will not be able to do right now. And yeah, there are some basic notations. Since you have asked about this particular one. So let me tell you that there are some notations which are not actually composite function. Sometimes they write like this, f plus gx. Okay, they write like this. This has nothing to do with composite function. It is another way to write fx plus gx. Similarly, they will use this thing f minus g. So this is fx minus gx. Then they use this fgx. This is fx into gx. And finally, they will use this notation, which is fx upon gx. Okay. And what about fog? It is totally different. It is not any of these. Okay, it is something different. It is related to composite function. Okay, tell me. This is the question on the screen. I want your answer with explanation. Yes, anyone can explain with answer. X square upon x is equal to x, right or wrong?
Wrong.
Your first answer is correct. Now, what is the reason?
So it's not defined at x equals 0.
Yes, that's correct, because see, LHS is x square upon x. Its domain is r minus 0. Domain is r minus 0. RHS is equal to x. Its domain is r. So 2 cannot be equal. Try to remember identical function. Two functions are said to be equal or identical if they have same domain, if they have same range, and graphs are also exactly overlapping. It is not matching even the first one. So forget about range and everything. Okay, there is this question: if fx is an odd periodic function with period equals 2, then f4 equals, and the options are 0, 2, 4, minus 2. Tell me one thing, what type of function is fx? And how you will use the given conditions. Can you tell me these conditions, whatever is given, can you tell me these conditions in mathematical form, any one of you?
So
How
f
to,
of minus x is equal to minus f of x.
yeah, that is correct. Good, because see, function is odd. Try to read the question carefully. Sometimes students are already focused on periodic function. Do not read it in a hurry. Odd is also given. Yeah, this is the first condition. Then what else? periodic function with period 2. So this can be written as f of x plus 2 is equal to fx. Okay. This is your second condition which is given. Based on this, you have to find f4. Options are there. What to do in this question? See, let me tell you the working of such type of questions. We'll start with the second one. I'll put x equal to 2. Reason is very obvious because I have to find value of f4. So if we put x equal to 2, so it will be f4 is equal to f2. Why? This will become 4, this will be 2. Okay, fine. So now f4 is equal to f2. We have to find f4 and now f4 is equal to f2. So if we can find f2, that will be the answer. But what I'm going to do now I'm going to put x equal to 0. If I put x equal to 0 here, this will read f2 is equal to f0. So now you can see after putting 2, I got f4 is equal to f2, and now on putting 0, I got f2 is equal to f0. So this means I have got this result, and it is very obvious. Why? Because period is 2. So if period is 2, that means after a gap of 2, it will repeat its value. So f0, f2, f4, f6, f8, f10, all of them will be equal. So that is correct. But I will stop at f0. Who can get me the value of f0, the numerical value of f0 and the answer of this question? From where I can get f0?
So put x equal to 0 in the first equation.
Yeah, that's correct. Put x equal to 0 in first and that will give you the answer. Because if we put x equal to 0, f of minus 0 minus f0. But you know that f of minus 0, what is minus 0? It is 0 only. And please do not cancel like this. I hope you are not going to prove 1 is equal to minus 1 because that is wrong. Obviously. So what to do? f0 is equal to minus f0. So we do not cancel, actually we bring it to the other side. This will be 2 times of f0. f0 is 0, right? f0 is 0, question is over. f0 is 0, so that means the answer is A. Okay, tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. If the function is odd, then is it necessary that f0 will be 0? If the function is odd, is it necessary that f0 will be 0? I think you are getting my question. The question is, if the function is odd, then is it necessary that the value of f0 will always come out to be 0? Because I will put 0 here, I will get this calculation. So is it always true? Actually, I told you this thing, that f of minus x is minus fx for all x belongs to domain of f. So what if 0 is not in the domain? If 0 is not in the domain, I cannot put 0 here. And because of that, I will not get this type of equation, okay? So remember this thing, domain, this word. If 0 is there in the domain, then definitely we can find the value, no problem. And it will come out to be 0 only. Just a minute. Okay, let us solve this last question for today. I have not started the new topics because you have test on Sunday. So what is the purpose? We will study those topics on Monday only. See, this is some equation which is given for all x not equal to 1. That is obvious because x is here. So x minus 1 will become 0. Based on this information, you have to find value of f7. This last question. Options are also given. So based on functional equation, right? 3 times of fx plus 2 times f of this equals 10x plus 30. What is the value of f7? See, in such type of questions, if nothing strikes you, you can at least start with the basic thing that you have to find f7. So the obvious step will be to put 7. This will be the very basic step. So this will become 3 times of f7, 2 times of, let us put 7 in place of x, 66 upon 6, that is 11. Twice of f11. In the right hand side, it will be 10 into 7, 70 plus 30, 100 is the value. Now what do you observe? That you have to find f7, but in process of finding f7, now you are getting some another unknown term which is f100. However, sorry, f11. However, if we can find f11 somehow and put its value here, I can get f7. So now what do you think? What should I do? What should be our approach now?
So can we put x equals to 11 and try?
Yes, that is correct. Because see, obviously, if f11 is occurring, how to get f11? By putting x equal to 11. Let us put x equal to 11 here also. Here also 11 plus 59 70 and 11 minus 1 is 10. 70 by 10 is 7. That's perfect because now we can solve. And in the right hand side, 10 into 11, 110 plus 30, 140. Question is over because it is like solving two linear equations. f7 is there, f11 is there. So they are like x and y. Okay. 3x plus 2y 100 and 3y plus 2x is 140. What are x and y? So now you can equate the coefficient of f11 and you will get f7. So multiply first equation by 3. Multiply first equation by 3. Multiply second equation by 2. Subtract. 6f11 will get cancelled. 9f7, 4f7, 5f7. In the right hand side it is 20. So f7 is 4. That will be B option. Okay. So functional equation. Actually, it will be better if you solve all the levels of this question bank. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, section A, B as well. Because it is a very important chapter. Now after this you will start limits and everything. So one has to be very perfect in this chapter. Otherwise you will face a lot of difficulties. Okay. And solve them on a serious note. Those who are not solving seriously, please take out time for studies also. And solve this thing. It is very important. It is for your benefit only. So that's it for today. Now we'll continue the discussion on Monday. Okay, no homework, just practice. Monday I'll try to complete this chapter. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.